Tobago's funeral home, where we celebrate life's precious moments. From the moment you enter our doors, you're met with kindness and care. Our reception area is designed to be more than just a waiting room. It is a place of calm, thoughtfully created to ease the weight of grief. In our private conference room, conversations are guided by empathy. Here, our client experience coordinators sit beside you, not just across the table to help plan a service that truly reflects your loved one's story. Whether it's a traditional farewell or a personalized celebration of life, we take time to understand your wishes and offer thoughtful guidance. At the heart of our organization is a dedicated manager who ensures that everything runs smoothly, from the smallest detail to the final farewell. We understand that choosing a casket or a coffin is a deeply personal decision. In our selection room, we provide a calm, respectful environment where families can take their time and explore options that reflect their loved one's life, beliefs, and preference. Our spacious chapel is where memories are honored and lives are celebrated. Designed with serenity and warmth, it provides a welcoming space for families and friends to come together in reflection and remembrance. For families choosing cremation, we offer on-site professional cremation services in a setting that upholds dignity, peace, and confidentiality. Our crematorium offers a seamless and respectful alternative to traditional burial, giving families flexibility while maintaining the highest standard of care.
Settlements Division distributes house and land checks. Early Christmas gift brings relief to residents, and some Tobago bar owners feel the pinch. Good evening, I am Lavian Cupid and you're locked in to the Tobago Updates Television News for Friday, 7th November 2025. Now to our top story this evening. Earlier today, the Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development distributed land and housing grants to several Tobagonians, marking another significant step in the island's ongoing home development drive. The initiative aims to empower residents through land ownership and housing support. Here's more on this story.
47 home improvement checks and 49 housing lots were distributed today by the Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development, providing critical support to Tobagonians seeking to improve their living conditions and achieve home ownership. Of these housing lots distributed, 43 came from the Blenheim Housing Development, 3 from the Milford Road Housing Development, and 3 from the Buku Housing Development. The initiative is a part of the division's commitment to empowering residents, strengthening communities, and advancing sustainable housing development across Tobago. The Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, has awarded the central government a grant of US $20 million to fund infrastructure projects in Riseland, Tobago.
So of these land recipients, what we did at the division, we had 43 names called for the Riseland Housing Development in 2022. And after advocating year after year, trying to get that development off the ground, it's only in 2024 we learned that the IDB gave the central government a grant to the tune of $20 million to do the infrastructure work at Riseland.
This grant from the IDB marks a major step forward for Tobago's infrastructure development, promising to improve the quality of life for residents in Riseland while strengthening the island's overall economic and social growth. This is Aaliyah Balgobin reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
Participants in the housing development grants and land distribution programs have finally seen progress after waiting more than 5 years for home improvement benefits. Beneficiaries of the initiatives expressed relief and gratitude as the long-awaited projects are set in motion, bringing much needed upgrades to their properties. Here are the details.
One recipient, Rodney Mackenzie, described himself as overwhelmed and deeply grateful for the home improvements, expressing heartfelt appreciation for the long-awaited support.
I feel very overwhelmed, and it's about time, you understand? As I always approach life, one day in the sight of God is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like one day. And today is my day, and I thank the organization, which is Division of Settlement. Approximately I started in 2016, presently.
Another participant, Joanne Blake, had been living in dire conditions after her neighbor's excavation caused significant damage to her home. Her house had become unsafe, plagued by rats and snake infestations, making daily life extremely difficult. Fortunately, Blake was among the lucky recipients who received the keys to a new home, where her son will be able to stay with her. She will be paying an affordable monthly rent, marking a much-needed fresh start for her family.
Well, I was living in Speyside for about 20-something years, and there come a neighbor digger, bring a backhoe and excavator and all like that, and they broke down the whole part of the house. And me and my little son, he was about 14, 15, and we had a little horrible time where we stay and we bear up.
Blake waited over a year before finally receiving some relief.
About a year and something. But thank God I wasn't hungry, I wasn't homeless. I had my son and little, I was by them for a while. Yeah, I used to be by them for a while.
Blake and Mackenzie, along with other participants, described the home improvements as an early Christmas gift from the Division of Settlements. For many residents, the distribution of housing lots and home improvement grants marked the end of a long wait and the beginning of a new chapter. This is Aaliyah Balgobin reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
Some Tobago bar owners say alcohol sales have dropped following a recent increase in alcohol taxes, which took immediate effect in October following the national budget reading. Now, several business owners are warning that the new tax could hurt nightlife, tourism, and employment. Here are the details.
For Tobago bar owners, the recent increase in custom duties for rum, spirits, beer and tobacco products has had a noticeable impact on businesses. Some establishments report a sharp decline in sales, describing the change as drastic, while others say they are still monitoring customer behavior but have already noticed a drop in patronage.
Since they run this thing to 100%, we having problems. right? When you watch the day, when the day come now, you see hardly people coming to shop because they don't have money to shop, right? Cost of living is too high for everything right now in Tobago. So we have problems.
Well, sales have slowed down a bit. Not to say drastically, but it has slowed down a bit. Not too negative, but sales have deteriorated. Not much by my establishment.
Many bar owners fear that if the trend continues, it could threaten the survival of smaller establishments that rely heavily on weekend sales. They are calling on the government to reconsider the tax hike or introduce relief measures to help sustain Tobago's nightlife and hospitality industry.
For this thing to continue, otherwise bar will have to close. I am seeing that. When a man come in here to pay $25 for a carry, about $25 for a Guinness, it's overbearing. For the normal man who working for how much? $20 a day, can't afford it. And then I'm talking this too, family will suffer if this to continue. Because the men who drink alcohol will still come and forget the children at home to eat and drink too. So we're calling on the government to adjust this thing as soon as possible, please.
A Tobago bar owner revealed that the recent alcohol tax increase has significantly raised operating costs.
I think the biggest thing is the stuff that may have cost me 20,000 is now costing me 25 and 26,000. So it's really hard now to calculate now because it's bills to pay and all this sort of stuff. So that is basically the effect.
With pressure being applied to Tobago's bar industry and owners facing higher costs and declining sales, some are urging the government to consider measures that could ease the financial strain and help sustain the island's nightlife and hospitality sector. This is Aliyah Balgobin reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
Up next, the School Violence Accountability Crackdown. Stay with us.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Who said the elderly can't have fun too? We're talking good food, proper music, lots of games, and a day at the beach they will never forget. From the time we left the compound at Heavenly Care Home for the Elderly, the vibe was already established. Wheels up and seatbelts on. Watch now, when we touched down in Pigeon Point, everybody was ready for excitement. But before anything could take place, we had to secure bellies. You ever play bingo by the beachside? Well, that was the first activity on the roster, and boy did these seniors have fun. However, others wanted something more physical, so we brought out the ring toss, and not even arthritis could have stopped them. Well, I was blown away at how straight these people were. Are you sure this is a home for the elderly? Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday, but nothing beats the song of good steel pan by the shores while we take a dip in Tobago's finest water. Wait, more food again? This is my type of event. The energy was amazing and nothing short of a blessing. Big up Heavenly Care Home for the elderly, because joy doesn't retire, laughter doesn't age, and memories like these last forever.
To a stranger.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service made a notable sweep in Tobago, arresting 5 minors on outstanding warrants, all linked to charges of assault by beating that took place at a school. Reporter Joel Green George has more on the story.
The warrant operation, which took place in the Scarborough district on Tuesday, November 4th, underscores persistent concerns surrounding juvenile conduct and aggression within the island schools. Officers from the Scarborough Police Station executed the exercise and in a TTPS press release confirmed the apprehension of 3 14-year-olds and 2 16-year-olds, all confirmed to be students who were taken into custody. While specific crime statistics in Trinidad and Tobago often point to an overall youth crime challenge, focused actions like this highlight the legal system's commitment to addressing physical altercations quickly. All 5 students were processed and are expected to appear before the Specialized Juvenile Court under the Children's Act. Cases involving minors necessitate protocols that prioritize their welfare and adherence to strict legal guidelines, emphasizing tailored justice and rehabilitation. Joel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
A volatile debate at yesterday's Tobago House of Assembly plenary sitting drew a sharp criticism not only for the fiery political rhetoric, but also for the language used by the island's leaders. The verbal skirmish was ignited by a private motion carried by the Minority Council concerning Tobago's push for fiscal autonomy. Reporter Joel Green George has more on this story.
The opposition spotlighted 3 key areas in their press conference: a new law granting broad immunity to undercover agents, the controversial relocation of the Anti-Corruption Investigation Bureau, and the restructuring of intelligence oversight. Their most recent red flag involves the Miscellaneous Provisions Bill 2025. The opposition acknowledged the law's necessity, but raised concerns over a clause granting statutory blanket immunity to undercover operatives.
With $13 billion passing through this Tobago House of Assembly in less than 4 years, where has all the money gone?
He accused the Chief Secretary's action of being a billion-dollar betrayal, estimating that the decision to accept 5% budget share instead of a guaranteed 6.8% cost the island over $1 billion TT dollars this year alone.
I am asking out loud, does 5% represent a fairer share in the budgetary allocation than 6.8%?
The debate escalated when Chief Secretary Farley Augustine responded, accusing the former administration of hypocrisy for rejecting an 8% allocation for Tobago in 2013. The Chief Secretary's subsequent remarks referencing donkey logic and quoting Dr. Eric Williams with the phrase, "Let the jackass bray," drew an immediate objection from Minority Leader Morris, who deemed the language unfit for the chamber, especially with school children watching. The deputy presiding officer allowed the comment to stand, ruling it a historical quote. However, the conduct of the sitting quickly drew condemnation from external political figures.
The legislature that is supposed to be of the high decorum, integrity, and to stand for the people of Tobago's issues and to treat with the issues is now a footstool to those who's leading and those who are supposed to have our young people watch up to them by an example.
Phillips warned that this environment created a poor example for young people, questioning the integrity of the institution itself.
The Chief Secretary, using utterances of jackass, brewing, unparliamentary languages, but yet it's accepted by the Speaker of the House.
At a time when youth violence remains a critical concern and programs like the Police in Schools initiative seek to guide our young people toward better choices, all eyes are focused on the Tobago House of Assembly as they engage in inflammatory rhetoric and what is being termed a lack of decorum, setting a worrying precedent. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
The opposition mounted an attack on the government's financial planning and its stance on Tobago governance this week, warning of a potential fiscal collapse and accusing the administration of deliberately sidelining autonomy. Speaking at their media conference on Thursday, November 6, 2025, Senators Vishnu Danpal and Melanie Roberts Rajman laid out claims of, quote, dubious assumptions and cash flow difficulties expected to hit by year end. Reporter Jewel Green George has more on this story.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. It's who we are and the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people and its progress. And today, we're going even further. We're deepening our commitment to the region, continuing to invest in the networks, services and digital solutions that move Caribbean businesses forward. Whether you are a mid-sized business or multinational player, we bring you resilient connectivity, personalized service and tailored IT solutions, all powered by local teams that truly have your back. We're here to help you navigate challenges, grow, and achieve your goals with practical solutions, reliable networks, and a partnership rooted in trust and your long-term success. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At DIGICEL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships. It's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. We'll have more on the previous story in a subsequent newscast. The small but powerful poppy, not indigenous to tropical climates, is once again on a full display on lapels and pockets across Trinidad and Tobago, a potent symbol ahead of Sunday's Remembrance Day observance. This observance, held annually on the closest Sunday to November 11th, honors the sacrifice of servicewomen and men who fought in World Wars I and II. Reporter Joel Green George has more on this story.
In Tobago, the focus will be on the solemn wreath-laying ceremony scheduled at James Park, uptown Scarborough, a powerful tribute to those who served in World War I and II. Remembrance Day commemorates the armistice signed between the Allies and Germany, which brought World War I to an end on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, 1918. TNT played a vital strategic role in World War II, serving as a crucial convoy assembly point and hosting major defense bases. A large contingent of local servicemen and women joined the fight through forces like the British West Indies Regiment and the South Caribbean Force. However, the traditional pomp of the full military parade through Scarborough will be scaled back this year, according to Dave Elliott, Public Relations Officer for the Royal Commonwealth Ex-Services League, Tobago branch.
This year, I think because of the SOE that we are possibly still under, we have a scaled-down version where there won't be the physical parade or the marching from the fire station to James Park.
Instead, the focus will be entirely on the ceremonial aspect at James Park, featuring the sounding of the cannons and the laying of wreaths around 11 a.m. For many, the observance, according to Elliott, is a vital lesson in appreciating the liberties we often take for granted. He noted that the commemoration is fundamentally about securing our national sovereignty and personal rights.
Well, there's a lot of things that we take for granted here, or freedoms. And that is primarily why they celebrate Remembrance Day. People who would have, well, we have world wars or wars, is people protecting your sovereignty. Trinidad and Tobago was part of England.
The red poppy, originating from the flowers that bloomed profusely across the raging battlefields of Flanders Fields, serves as the movement's enduring symbol.
The poppy was worn as a symbol to signify the end of the war, and we would not forget people and the sacrifice that they would have made.
The public is invited to attend the wreath-laying ceremony at James Park on Sunday, arriving around 10 a.m. to join the nation in expressing its deepest gratitude. Joel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
Every day we bring you closer to the issues that matter most. And for our social media poll today, we asked, when we see incidents of violence involving students, where do we believe the primary failure lies? And where should we focus our efforts for a solution? 78% of respondents voted home, 10% voted school, another 10% voted community and social media, while 2% voted law enforcement. Remember, your voice counts too. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and join the conversation by voting in our daily polls. The weather report is up next.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Shot with Junior K.
Always with the introductions, as you see. And of course, we're on television. Big up to my boy Saki. We just complete. I saw that. So we didn't have a choice. We had to call it.
Good. So, Carnival. I say, warn them. Hey, I get to know.
Baba boy, Doran. Me God, we are the last man.
Alright, you got a drink, bro? Drinking Liars.
Enjoy Take Your Shot on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share.
Welcome back. Now here's a look at the weather report from the TNT Met Office for the period tonight and tomorrow. Tonight will be partly cloudy at times with a few scattered showers. There is a low chance of isolated thunderstorm activity mainly over Trinidad and Tobago. Conditions will become increasingly hazy as the night progresses due to a mild to moderate concentration of Saharan dust. Gusty winds and street or flash flooding may occur in areas affected by heavy showers or thunderstorms. Tomorrow will be hot and sunny with a light haze interrupted at times by increased cloudiness and a few showers. There is a medium chance of isolated thunderstorm activity, especially during the afternoon. Conditions will remain warm and humid with the possibility of gusty winds and brief heavy rainfall in localized areas. Tonight's minimum temperature is forecast to be at around 24 degrees Celsius in Piaco and 25 degrees Celsius in Crown Point. Tomorrow's maximum temperature is expected to reach a high of 31 degrees Celsius in Piaco and 30 degrees Celsius in Crown Point. Seas are moderate, waves are near 2 to 2.5 meters in open waters and near 1 meter in sheltered areas. Marine interests are advised to exercise caution, particularly along northern and eastern shorelines, due to occasional long-period swells. There are no watches or warnings in effect at this time, but the public is advised to remain alert during heavy showers or gusty winds. Sunrise tomorrow is at 5:59 and sunset at 5:40. And that's it for a look at your weather report for the period tonight and tomorrow. And that's all the time we have for tonight's Tobago Updates television news. Recapping the headlines before we go. Settlements Division distributes house and land checks. Early Christmas gift brings relief to residents, and some Tobago bar owners feel the pinch. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Lavian Cupid, wishing you a pleasant night and a great weekend.